Hello.
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 How are we?
Warm and sticky testiculars. Other than that, all right.
TMI, but we're all good.
No such thing as TMI, mate. No such thing. Right. So we have a blue German bit of goodness.
Yes. So today we've got, I think it's a 2011. It's on a private plate.
Yeah.
2011 Scirocco common rail 140. In some setup. It's got an Airtec Intercooler that we supplied the customer. I think he's on a Darkside DPF delete pipe. Ramair Intake, CR140 turbo upgrade from Falcon Developments.
Yep.
I want to say.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it originally was a CR140 turbo.
Right.
But there were mishaps with the turbo.
Okay.
Which resulted in it not fitting. So he went to Falcon and got there. I'll be brutally honest, I haven't really done loads of research. We'll get into this. It's either a 170 upgrade for the 140, which is very common. I mean, we've done loads of them over the years. Or it is a 170 equivalent, effectively. Billet wheel, normal sort of stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, basically the aim of the game today is set up, get her running right, and that is that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do first?
Oh, well, so first I'm going to cover the bit that you're not going to see in this video, which we've already had like quite a few issues.
Yep.
So the turbo was fitted in a rather less than ideal situation, we'll say. There were some leaks and things going on.
Yep.
Actuator problems, all sorts of stuff. The actuator issue was actually caused by the N75 or boost control solenoid being defective. So it basically wasn't relaying any vacuum pressure to the actuator. So we were getting like I think it's P2563, which is a common actuator code in these. And there was another one saying actuator stuck, but obviously it was stuck because there was
Will be stuck if it's not moving, yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah, so I rectified all that. There were then subsequent issues, which meant it had to leave the dyno. Obviously, we said we could do it, but A, you're going to pay us, and B, we are busy. Yeah. And as you've already got someone working on it, it kind of makes sense to just let them kind of handle it.
Deal with the situation, yeah.
Yeah, so it's now back to be finished. So far, so good. I mean, I did take it for a quick rip down the road because we'd already base mapped it as well. So obviously got it back, taken it for a quick rip down the road. Drives well, no lights, no errors, no nothing. So I put it on the dyno.
Yep.
Ready to basically give it a run on the base, get some data logs out of it, and see where we are.
Perfecto. So that's what we're going to do now, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. We're going to jump into a run, get some logs out of it, and see where we go.
Perfect. Better than the ones we were having before, wasn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah, no, it's been all right. So we came in at 213 horsepower, 406 newton meters.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Very good starting point.
Well, given it was making about 40 brake horsepower at the crank
Yeah.
last time because of all the issues, I think that's a significant improvement.
It was quite interesting.
Cool.
I think is the word.
Yeah, if that's how you want to describe it.
46 horsepower, it was like, cool, this is very broken.
Yeah. Okay, so from previous ones we've done in the past, I know we've not done one of these turbos, but these don't tend to do much more than about 215, do they?
That's right, yeah. I mean, the issue, and obviously I'm not going to get sidetracked into load of this because I could go on about this stuff all day.
Yeah.
We were actually having a conversation about carb on the Dyno yesterday, which is one of mine. And I mentioned that, you know, I'm actually doing proper runs. So,
Yeah.
you know, the runs I was doing yesterday are like 16 seconds long with these particular cars, which I'm not going to go into, but if you know me and my cars, you can probably take a stab at which one it was. You know, people are doing like 7-second passes claiming mad horsepower that it's never going to make because you're not putting loads of load in it. There's not loads of heat. So it's easy to produce a big number you're never going to see again.
Yeah.
To be fair, these, I mean, we had a conversation about these earlier. I did one for my friend Ben years ago. Like when I was at my old unit, before I even had a dyno, probably 6 years ago. Using APT at Lemwade. So I used to operate at Gary's, obviously before I had my own setup. And I think we poured 215 on the nose, and that was a genuine Volkswagen Audi CR140 turbo. But that's kind of where we aim to be.
I mean, I did have a look on Falcon's website, and even they estimate this turbo's capability between 200 and 220.
Yeah.
As a top whack, and you kind of always take top whack with a little pinch of salt. So
yeah.
we should be looking around that kind of power level.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, with where we're at now, I mean, everything's pretty good. The only thing I want to try and do is smooth out. There's a little dip. I mean, the dip actually kind of looks a little worse in the crank curve.
Yeah.
Or horsepower at the crank curve. So just want to try and smooth that out a tad. I mean, from looking at the logs, duty's very smooth, so it basically looks like the turbo can't keep up with demand effectively.
Okay.
And we're running a fair bit of duty to get there, so it does look like that could be the issue. So we're going to try a couple of things to try and smooth it out a little.
Yep.
Just because we want to tidy it up. I mean, it's good where it is, but to be honest, it's just that. You know,
A little kink.
Yeah, just want to get it a bit nicer, and then we should be cool. So
Perfect. All right, so let's do that and come back in a little while then, shall we? Hello.
Hello.
It's been a little while.
It has.
Some time has passed. Many moons ago.
I was there 3,000 years
it's
ago.
not been that long. It's only been a little while. So, done a little bit of jiggery pokery in the matrix numbers of digitness. And
Are you feeling okay today,
no,
mate?
I'm done. I'm gone. Yeah, so some stuff and things and jiggery pokery has gone on, and that's led us to this. So, would you like to explain?
More hand gestures off camera that they can't see.
Explain the situation.
So as my colleague so adequately put, we have made some alterations in something that looks like the Matrix, which is just OLS. And yeah, we've managed to flatten out the drop in the power crank curve quite nicely, and hit 215.3 horsepower, which is nice.
Yeah, so it's a little bit bump up, isn't it?
Yeah, lost a little bit of torque, gone out to 401.7 newton meters.
It's had a couple of runs though, hasn't it? So
Yeah.
that, a little bit of heat maybe.
I mean, to be fair, at the minute in here, it's like 23 degrees. We're starting runs at like 26, and to be fair, considering it's not the biggest cooler in the world, we're seeing like 40, 41 at the end.
The little cooler's holding up quite well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not ideal, but it isn't terrible. I mean, yeah, in mine yesterday I saw 60 degrees at a couple of points, so it's not great at the moment. But all things considered, it's not
warm
bad.
weather tuning, isn't it? That's the problem.
Yeah. Let's just don't do it. Just don't do it. Just wait for it to be snowing, and it's perfect.
Perfect. So, are you kind of happy with where we are?
Yeah,
then?
I mean, it's doing exactly what we want. Everything's under control. Logs are nice and clean.
So we're basically
yeah,
done for
call
this
it there
one.
and get in the next one.
Awesome. Let's do that then.